Okay, so thank you very much. My name is Paz. I come from UNED, and today I will be talking about actually a case study. I come from this practitioner side. And well, basically we used OERs to support the inclusion of migrant students in rural schools in Spain, right? So we took advantage of the affordances of OERs for being adapted to specific contextual needs and learning objectives. And also we applied some of the principles of open pedagogies. So about the context, well, we read out local areas because I was working in a 3-year project that is called Agora, which aims to bring methodological and technological innovation to rural areas, but in the area of language education. I'm a linguist. So the reality in rural areas in Spain, like many places, is the population, right? So local people leave the towns to work in cities, and migrants arrive to the towns for working mainly in the tertiary sector. So the reality there is that half of the children that are enrolled in the primary school are migrants, and a high rate of these 50%, they are from Morocco, right? So totally complete different language. So they are made to attend regular classes without knowing how to speak Spanish, right? So obviously this leads to high dropout rates when they come to secondary school, because obviously they don't really know the instructional language used for everything. And additionally, they don't, in the school, they don't really have any human or economic resources to face this challenge. So, okay, so given that we didn't have actually any specific time or specific place to put our ideas in practice, we decided to create micro sessions that were delivered once a week, taking time from other subjects with the school permission, and they were aimed to foster dual linguistic interchange. So students, migrant students, were learning Spanish as a second language, supported by locals, and locals that they had French as a second language, they were supported by migrant students that most of them knew a bit of French. So these micro sessions, okay, were about the thematic thread was the local flora and fauna, and obviously they were intended to build linguistic complexity, right? So we use OERs, obviously. We use, this was the base of it. So the first thing, we created a trilingual glossary, and we built linguistic complexity from there. So we also integrated multimedia elements and gamification. And the most important thing is that we were able to redesign the classroom, right? Because we were, thing is that the group of children that were not interacting before this, they now were I mean, not because they had any conflict, but because actually the language was a real barrier. They were now collaborating, they were co-creating resources, and they were also supporting each other, right, with their target languages. So, well, I'm not getting into detail with methods and analysis because I'm almost out of time, but I can say that we measured the impact of this intervention looking at 2 indicators. So academic performance and intercultural communicative competence. That in broad words, I can say that it worked very good for both of the groups. But I would like to finish with, beyond these academic results, the social impact that this intervention had. So obviously kids were really excited to have our micro session, our sessions, okay, because actually they could notice that there was a change, right, in the dynamics of the classroom. And when we got these results, we spread the word. So we participated in local events, in conferences, workshops, etc. And I can say that we kind of pushed small policy change, because after that year, the local government provided the school with a half-time position for teaching Spanish. So now the students had a place to arrive to acquire language before they can be transferred to regular classes, right? So that was really great, and it's been a big change. So I think that, so by this experience, basically, I can say that OER doesn't just have the potential to, obviously, to be adapted to this specific context, because this intervention couldn't have been possible without the use of OERs, but also they have really the power to redesign or transform school dynamics, thinking about this conceptualization of innovation that Rob was talking about. And actually, when they are applied and when they follow principles of open pedagogies, they can really foster, in this case, real inclusion. And they can also change structures that go beyond the classroom. So yeah, that would be it. Thank you very much. And that's the town, Calanda, in Teruel.